Welcome to the Blue and Gold Report. Our first guest today is Jimmy Litchfield, junior pitcher on the baseball team. Jimmy, thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Let's start off Halloween Spectacular. It's been an event. Did you see it as a recruit? Did you ever see it as a recruit?
I did. I came my senior year of high school and watched it, and it was, I think, funnier from the fans' perspective because they don't know what's going on. But it's a great time, and everyone actually takes it seriously. It's a big deal for us.
So if you've never seen this event, what happens is the baseball team will pick one practice closest to Halloween, and they will come out in full costume. Now, this isn't just little paper capes and masks. This is full-on head-to-toe costume, and they practice a good, 2 hours in it?
Yeah, we normally inter-squad, so everything, catchers, pitchers, hitters, you're in full costume doing it all. So as much as you can do, you're expected to still play hard, and I think the coaches still even keep stats like it's a real inter-squad game.
Now, what's really funny is the veterans kind of know the deal, so they'll wear something that's pretty lightweight and easy to run in, and you'll see the freshmen come in things that are really difficult to perform in.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of masks and stuff that end up not being able to hit very well with a gingerbread mask on. I know that was one of the big things last year, but it's a good time.
Taylor Sparks actually surprised me because he came as the Tooth Fairy, and he wore a tutu, which is awesome. And Mark Trinacosta, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, came as a cake.
He's like a
stripper?
person in it, like a stripper inside of a cake, coming out of a cake.
No, it was all PG, so you can still bring your kids to this.
Yes, absolutely.
So kind of give us the inside scoop. Can you give us a little taste of what kind of costumes are going to be out there this year?
I'm not sure if I can give it away. Everyone keeps it pretty secret, but there's going to be some good ones, and I know there's a couple group costumes this year that will be pretty funny. So I know the sophomores have a pretty good one that should be the hit this year.
Who had the best costume last year, did you think? Group or individual?
I would say the DJ, Tommy, Crosby, and Mitch. They were the Jamaican bobsled team, and they made an actual bobsled out of cardboard and ran around with it pretty much the whole practice.
So what happened when you guys had to start intra-squatting? Did you just lose the bobsled?
I know Mitch pitched and he ran out with the box and then left it behind the mound. They had their own individual section, so they made it a good time.
Okay, so can you at least tell us if you're in a group or if you're doing an individual costume?
I am doing a group, but with a partner. There's me and one other person.
Okay, well, who's the other person?
Evan Brock.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So who came up with the idea? We don't know what the idea is, but who came up with the idea?
We were at the Halloween shop and we saw it and we decided that we originally planned on doing something together, but wasn't quite sure what to do. And we were going to do Ghostbusters, but they didn't really make an outfit that fit us. It was a little small, so we had to go with something else, and we found something good.
Did you already wear the costume once over the weekend?
I did not. Brock and I were also partners this weekend, and we did Average Joe's from Dodgeball.
Okay.
So it'll be different than that.
Okay, what have you heard, though? Who do you think is going to come out with a great costume this year? Anyone talking about theirs? I know they keep it tight-lipped, but
I don't know.
Who's kind of colluding? Are you the only one that's with partner, or there are other?
I know Sam Moore, Michael Miller, Kyle Davis, and Dominique. They're all doing a group costume that's supposed to be pretty out of control. So we'll see if they actually follow through with it.
Okay, that starts at 2:45. It's free. Bring the kids.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I think the kids can dress up in costumes and they get to come down on the field after or something. I don't know if that's still. I know we did that the last year, so we'll see. But bring them out.
Yeah, bring them out. It's going to be a great time. And then also this week, you guys will play San Diego, which is the first time in as long as I can remember that we've actually had a fall ball game against a team that was not us.
Yeah.
So you guys must be pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. We haven't done it my first 2 years, so I think it'll be good to see get everyone in a real game situation. It's tough with the inter squads. You strike someone out and then they end up on second base because they want to work on situations. So this will be an actual game experience, and it'll be good to get the freshmen and everyone involved and see how it really works.
What do we know about San Diego, just even this early on? I can't even remember who they had on their team.
They're going to be really good. I had played with a couple kids this summer.
And you were in the Cape.
I was in the Cape. There's 2 guys on my team from USD, 2 pitchers, and 1 played center field and pitched, and they're going to be good. So they're young. They got a new rebuilt their facilities this year, so they're really excited, and they're a growing program.
How was your time in the Cape?
It was a blast. It was a lot of fun to be a part of that type of experience with so many good players. It's really cool to be able to play with kids that you've never heard of, and you think playing out in California, best competition you'll see and everything, but there's kids from the ACC and the SEC that are just the big kids, and they're a lot of fun to be with. So it's a good time.
Now your team ended in a playoff situation against Thurman's team.
We did.
And how did Thurman do?
Thurman started against us game 1. He threw well, as he always does, but I think his last 3 starts before the playoffs in the Cape, he was gone like 20 innings and hadn't given up a run, so he was really dialed in, and he ended up leading them to the championship series. But
wait, didn't he give up a bomb or 2?
He might have. He gave up 1, but
sorry, Thurman.
It was a small field. We'll give it to him. It was an out at our field.
Okay, going back to the San Diego game, do we know who's going to start for us on the mound?
We have not heard. I'm sure everyone will get 2 innings. I think we're playing 14 innings, so I'm sure the starters might get 3, get extended, and then all the relievers will get 2. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but they haven't announced anything yet.
And we probably won't get to talk to another person from the baseball team until next year, but they will have their annual Blue and Gold, or Ants versus Eaters, I should say, in November. Yes. Do you know the dates yet?
I don't know the dates.
That's also free, and that's pretty fun because they pick captains, and then the captains draft.
Yeah, we have a full draft. Turns out to be pretty competitive, and for that weekend, you don't really like anyone else on the team that if they're not on your team, and it normally splits up the houses in Newport. So I know last year there was a big rivalry inside my house.
Was there? Who was in your house?
Scott Gottschling, Ronnie Schaefer, Jordan Fox, and Matt Whitehouse.
And who was on your team?
Me and Fox, I believe, were the only ones on our team, and then it was Whitehouse, Ronnie, and Gotch against us. So it was a good time.
Oh my God! Did you have to wear it?
We did, because we got swept. So
that's pretty embarrassing.
We lost.
So that's also in November. That's free. Come out. It's fun. The parents usually get together and do a little something after the game. So really quickly, let's go on to the roster because we know what we're getting back with the pitching. Mm-hmm. Kyle Hooper, Matt Whitehouse, Evan Brock, you, Ferragamo. I mean, the list goes on and on. The big question for everybody is who's going to score? Who's gonna provide the offense this year? You
got to believe that Taylor Sparks is going to have a big year. He had a great summer in Wenatchee, and I believe he was the number 1 prospect out of that league. He hit close to 400, led the league in home runs. So that's what we expect from him this year. He's going to be a big part of the success for our team. And then Rubago is also having a great fall, and Jerry McClanahan. They're both hitting well and demonstrating that they've grown a lot over the summer. And so hopefully they have some successful years, and they'll keep us on top.
How big a jump has Rubago made, do you think?
Huge jump. He started probably 20 games behind the plate last year, never caught before, and now he's actually playing middle infield, making some unbelievable plays in the fall that no one really expected, but he's really stepped up, and he's hitting even better than he did last year. So,
how about some new faces?
Some new faces. We got a lot of life in a lot of the new guys. I know up the middle we have Grant Palmer and Mikey Duarte are two new kids. Duarte's a freshman that brings a lot of life to the game. He's really excited to be here. He always plays hard. He's diving all over the place, always dirty.
Where do you think he's going to play? Is he playing short or second?
He's been playing second. Good hands, super quick. He knows he likes being out there. And then Grant Palmer came in from El Segundo, I believe. Camino transfer. He's a JC transfer. He's been playing short. He broke his finger like second day of school.
Was it baseball related?
Yeah, taking ground balls. Oh. So he's been battling that, but he's looks like he's going to fill in great there. And then on the mound, Elliott Surrey's kind of come out of the woodworks, and he's a freshman left-handed pitcher. I think his first outing he threw 22 pitches and 21 strikes or something crazy. So he's really stepped up, and hopefully he'll be a big addition to the staff.
Now, does Palmer kind of know the lineage of that shortstop?
He does, definitely does. He played with a bunch of these guys when he was younger, so he knows all of us already. Okay. So he's going to be a big addition to the team.
Okay, so he knows he has to be as good as DJ and
Benny. Yep.
Okay.
Big shoes to fill, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Who do we see at the corners?
I think Sparks should be at third. He's improved his defense. He's always improving, always working to get better. And then at first, I think it'll kind of rotate. You know, Connor Spencer, he'll be in there, but he'll be DHing as well because we can't even get him out, and we know what he can do. So he's tearing it up. And then Jerry and Ron, I believe, will switch off behind the plate and at first base. They've both been working both of those positions, so it'll be kind of a flip-flop of a position, but it'll be good.
So they're heavy on the catchers this year.
They are. A lot of catchers, and we have a freshman, Renee, who's done well so far. He's already fit right into the program and done a great job.
Okay, do we see Stevens in the outfield, or is he getting beat by anybody?
I don't see him being beat by anyone besides himself because his ankle, he rolled it in our last Saturday conditioning. We were playing dodgeball.
Is he fragile?
Medicine. Yeah, we were playing ultimate med ball. So, but he's doing better and he's hitting well. So I believe he'll be in left field.
How about center and
right is going to be.
Who would be your pick?
I don't know. I like Gotch in center. He's always played well behind me. He gives it everything he has.
Is it because he lived with you last year?
Yeah, he's that's my boy, Gotch. I like Gotch a lot. So hopefully we'll see him out there. But Dominique has come in, provided some power. I think he's already hit 2 or 3 home runs this fall. So that's good to see some offense out of a new guy as well.
Oh, and he's also a transfer.
He's a transfer from
Salt
Utah.
Lake, yeah.
So he's provided some big offense, and hopefully he'll be able to do that throughout the year.
Okay. The pitching. Talk about who's doing what, and hopefully everyone's healthy, right?
Everyone's healthy right now. Hooper is throwing bullpens. He's back. Hasn't thrown in a game yet. Whitehouse is back, looking healthy. He says feels good, ready to go. Thurman took off basically until now. He just threw his first bullpen last week, so he threw close to 130 innings this year, including summer ball. So he's slowly bringing it back, but I'm excited to see what he can do this year.
Ferragamo.
He's same Phil, doing well. Added a new pitch, a split change. He learned from Race.
Really?
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be a big addition to his repertoire of pitches.
Doesn't Evan have a knuckleball? I heard that last year.
He might. He doesn't throw it, but we have a lefty, another Barker kid, a left-handed pitcher that's throwing knuckleballs in fall ball. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I'm not sure what Skip thinks about it, but we'll see what happens.
What is Skip's opinion of the knuckleball? Does he have one?
I haven't heard it. I don't think he's ever experienced one before, so we'll see what happens.
You developed a new pitch over the summer, though.
I did. I threw a lot of cutters this summer, especially against the wood bat. It was good to get right-handed hitters who were just sitting away with my changeup to be able to bust them in with something that was moving hard and in on their back foot. So I hope that is an effective pitch for me this year. I think it'll be big for my future.
When you play, in the Cape, following a long baseball season, what's kind of the strategy going in? You're obviously working on new pitches and you're working on increasing your velocity. I know Thurman was on limited innings. Were you as well?
I was not. I was out of the bullpen. I had a couple starts, but out of the bullpen, my main focus was just to get stronger. I gained 15 pounds just lifting and eating the right way, and then I started a throwing program with another pitcher from Louisville, and so that definitely helped my arm strength. And then it's just easy to learn from so many good kids that are there. They all have so much information that you can learn from, so it's almost like a bunch of coaches just hanging out because everyone's so good, they know what they're doing. It's fun to be around those type of players.
Danny Babona, first season, he's the new baseball coach. We lost Jason Dietrich to Fullerton, unfortunately. What has Danny Babona brought to the program?
He's brought a lot of life. I think he really understands what we're going through because he was just here 3 years ago. He experienced it all. He knows how to win. He went to Omaha, Big West Pitcher of the Year 2 years in a row, I think. So he really knows how to win, and he's taught the pitchers how to compete. We are split up. Every inter-squad, the pitching staff is split up, and whoever loses does the running. Whoever wins gets it off. So he's turned it into a competition, which is it makes it more fun and more exciting for the inter-squads because those can get kind of long and dragged out. So he keeps us involved.
Okay, so I remember I was there for one practice, and you were calling. You were the ump.
I was.
And yours behind the pitchers. What was with the wide strike zone?
I mean,
it was pretty wide.
It was a good zone for the pitchers. You got to keep that tempo going.
You don't hear it from the hitters?
No, they know that it's happening, and also I think that day was one of the challenges was walks. So we didn't want any of the pitchers walking into because that would just add to the running.
Doesn't Babona call you on that though?
No, he knows that. I mean, everyone has a little bit of a big zone. We had Surrey behind the plate on Saturday, and it was awesome to see his personality really jumped out when he was behind the plate, because he's normally pretty quiet, but he was really enjoying it out there.
It sounds exciting. You know, I'm going to look at the schedule, but we're going to take a quick break and be right back with Jimmy Litchfield.